Excellent. Hi, everybody. A bit intimidating in that all the other startups have actually already started and they've actually got users and revenue, so we haven't. My name is John Garner, Managing Director of Social Superstore. I want to talk a bit about peer-to-peer and social commerce and then come on to Social Superstore. I think there's some fundamental basic principles which hopefully you'll see coming through. Starting off very quickly, peer-to-peer trust, human nature. Very simply, everyone has a passion. Everyone in this room has some knowledge about a product class or how to do things. Secondly, everyone trusts somebody. So you all trust a friend or a family or an influencer. So let's just bear that in mind as we're going through this presentation. Look at industry disruption, how peer-to-peer has affected that. And this is going to come back to retail. Look at Betfair, gambling. Multi-billion-pound company completely disrupted the industry. Look what's happening with crowdfunding these days about how to fund businesses and also peer-to-peer lending. And they're the obvious examples of marketplaces such as eBay and UShop. Social networks, they've grown too. Lots of data on those. I think Facebook got 1.1 billion daily actives at the moment. Everyone uses Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Google+. So there's a marketplace there for social networks. So let's bring it back to e-commerce and what disruption has been in the marketplace. Group buying, Groupon, massive business. The whole concept of the more people that are buying it, the better price they're going to get. Cashback. Quidco have gone from 500,000 users up to 5 million users. They now equate for over 1% of all UK online spend. Direct selling, one of my personal favorites. The Avon lady. The Avon lady was actually one of the first social networks over 100 years ago. The concept of selling products to your friends that trust you because you're passionate about them and also earning money. Also, there are information sites which come onto e-commerce, allowing people to make better informed decisions. So that's TripAdvisor, or whether that's something like Money Supermarket with all the utility switchovers. These sites give us more information to be able to make informed retail decisions. So, social commerce, the holy grail. I'm sure we've all heard a lot about it, but what actually is it? Everyone has a different definition of it. Some examples such as the net set allow you to curate contents and then push them to your friends, follow people. Same with Villoid, which is Alexa Chung's app, which is launched recently. Shopper had the idea of, again, rewarding users for pushing content, but they had to close their doors in August, as is the same as Have You Seen. Lyst are doing very well at the moment, allowing aggregated checkouts, but again, it's creating a collection, pushing it to your friends, and hoping they trust the opinion and buy. From our point of view, what are the requirements for social commerce? You have to have user-generated content. If I'm wearing this shirt, it's good enough for me to buy it, therefore I'm pushing it to my friends who trust me. Multi-category we see is very important. Everyone's focusing on fashion at the moment. Female and male, a lot of female focused, again coming back to fashion. You've got to have recognizable products, retailers and brands. It's very good having very niche brands, but people do need to recognize some of the bigger brands. Aggregated one basket checkout, another holy grail of the tech world at the moment. So you're actually checking out in-app. Social functionality. So everyone is very familiar with all the social networks we already have. So you should be able to do all those functions as well. Again, following and be followed. News and activity feeds. Now this next one's quite an important one. Efficient back-end systems. They have to actually work, as we're finding out. You have to have alert systems. You have to have customer service. Mobile offering absolutely key on both iOS and Android. A lot of people just go for one. And most importantly, it's got to be fun, which I think a lot of people have forgotten. So we've gone back to basics. Again, the platform has to actually work. Users have to be able to log in without discrimination. A lot of people, you have to have a Facebook account to log in. Well, what happens if I don't have a Facebook account to log in? You're already alienating a number of users. Simple functionality needs to work. You have to actually be able to upload an avatar. And while this sounds really stupid, a lot of platforms are launching where they actually, this is not working and they're losing users. Search is a very important part of the whole thing. When you're pulling in lots of different product feeds so people can build collections, the search has to work. You type in white shirt or black dress, it needs to come up. And we do a lot of work around deduplication of the same products. And again, going back to the back-end system, the back-end system has to be in place. Because if you're giving rewards to users, you have to be able to reconcile all the payments and all the tracking. A few industry myths that are there at the moment. The more retailers, the better. Completely disagree. We've got access to 20,000 retailers globally. We wouldn't want to plug them in because of the product feeds coming through the affiliate network. So people say we've got 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 retailers. It completely messes up your search results, and a lot of those retailers don't have good product feeds anyway. People rubbish affiliate network systems. They say they're antiquated, they shouldn't be used, don't go anywhere near them. We disagree with that. Our CTO is the ex-CTO at Quidco who's dealt with product feeds for over 7 years. If you know what you're doing with them, they're actually a very good system for getting a good range of products and retailers on board. Retailers despise affiliate programs. They don't. It drives traffic to them. It's a marketing cost for them. They are very keen on pushing products, pushing promotions, and helping push the whole platform. Aggregated baskets from multiple retailers can be achieved without retailer integration. Another lie, basically. You cannot plug in, you cannot scrape from the front end and get stocking information and stuff from the back end. So you can't do a multiple checkout across different retailers without plugging in. So what do we believe? We believe that the internet's coming into its next phase. We believe that users have the power, and they should harness the power to drive commerce and leverage their own expertise, but also allowing them to monetize their expertise as well. So coming on to what Social Superstore is, from a sell side, we allow anyone to start their own business on the platform. They can add products and services which they love from our massive directory coming from multiple retailers. They can integrate their existing social network, so they can push their stores, their products across everything they've already built up. They can upload their content, videos, pictures, text. And most importantly, they can actually earn some real money with commissions anywhere from 1% to 25% on the actual retail price. For a buy side, people can just go on and discover products. They can see price comparison on the same product. They can read reviews from people they trust. And from every side, it's a social experience, so liking, commenting, tagging. From a business side, in this tech world, it's actually revenue generating for the business itself, but also for the users and the retailers. Just very quick on who's involved. We've got a big vision, so we've got some big people involved. It's like a rogues gallery, isn't it? Tom Hurley, a very good friend of mine, CFO. John Pavar's mentioned, CTO of Quidco. Matthew Hammond. Matthew runs Mail.ru, which is the biggest internet company in Russia. They were the main investors in Facebook, Zing, and Spotify, Groupon. Knows a lot about social media. Simon Webster's CEO of CPA Global, the world's biggest IP company, because we've got some quite clever IP stuff. Leo Mansell used to drive cars. He's the Vice President of UK Youth, the biggest youth charity in the UK, as we're looking to inspire children to start their own business. Very quickly along the bottom, Nigel Mansell, President of UK Youth, Bert Black, founder of Betfair, which we mentioned earlier, Alex Chesterman, founder of Zoopla. That's interesting for utility switchovers because they just bought Uswitch. Harry Dennett, former head of Red Bull, Student Brand Ambassador Programme. And that he's going to be leading that in the UK and the US. Kevin McClellan, chairman of NBC, launched the Kardashians, knows a lot of people in the media world. Vicky is also in the post-production world. Bob is a crazy serial entrepreneur, and Nick Mesto is founder of a marketing agency who do a lot of government campaigns. So what do we want to do? We're going to go into beta in December. Please sign up, socialsuperstore.com. We'll then be launching March, April next year. We're not spending a lot on marketing. We're not paying people to be users. We have some quite clever launch strategies for that, and we already have feeds in place for Western Europe, US, South America, and Asia Pacific. Just whizzing through some of the things we've learned. We have no right to ask potential users to come to our platform when they've already built up their own blogging or they've got their own website. We can actually embed our technology within their platforms. We have no right to assume users will stick. We've got to work hard for every single user. The platform's going to need work. We're not going to get it right first time. That's why we're doing a 4-month beta. And disrupting this traditional e-commerce things is very difficult, but we're going to give it a go. So in conclusion, there is a massive opportunity in the social commerce thing. Empowering people to monetize their knowledge is most important to us. Anything to do with any kind of social network has to be fun. And what Social Superstore offers is a cost-free, risk-free platform for anyone to monetize their expertise and discover products and people. So that's it.
Very much. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, one quick question from me. It may be that I'm being particularly slow, but what does your company do in just in a kind of single sentence?
So from a sales side, anyone can set up their own store online for free and drag products into it, push it to their friends, and anyone that buys them gets a commission.
And so your clients are consumers then?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Understood. Thank you, Cheyney. Oh, are we just being invaded by a robot?
I was slightly troubled that we were on slide 11 of 15 and I didn't know what your company does. But I'm also slightly disturbed in that when you shared your team, there was only one female shareholder, no women, and no diversity that were reflected in the core team.
There's Vicky Dunn there. Vicky has a company called Farm Group who does all post-production for X Factor, Downton Abbey, and a number of other big programs.
No, that's great. But women are the primary purchasers in the home, and I think your company might benefit from more diversity in terms of the who is behind this product. It seemed slightly one-dimensional. I didn't hear in terms of targeting a psychographic or a demographic or a particular audience. And so I'm not entirely sure if this every person product actually is relevant to anyone.
Okay.
Okay. Bindi?
So I'm going to go down to the nuts and bolts. 6 months after you've launched your closed beta in December, so June 2016, where are you going to be? How many customers are you going to have? What do you see in the next 6 months happening?
Yeah, we're looking in terms of the beta to get up to 20,000 users, because that'll stress test the system at certain levels all the way up to that, basically.
But not just the 20,000 users. What other kind of metrics are you going towards? Is it around affiliate revenues? Like, just give me an idea of what your real business model is.
So the real business model, I mean, the revenue split between us and the store owners is 80-20. So we make money off that 20% effectively. In terms of the beta and getting up to users, we are taking it very slowly because we want to see the stress points. It will change every single week. It will change every single day as we're going. But in terms of aspirations for our users, we have a lot of aspiration in terms of the UK and the US to get into the multi-millions.
Okay. Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks.